Thank you, Mike.
No problem.
Good morning, fellow Montgomery alumni, faculty, and guests. I stand before you today as a proud graduate of Montgomery with the journey that began in the fall of 2008. At 18, fresh out of high school and eager to make my mark, I started Montgomery. And many of you might ask, why Montgomery? Well, I had just stepped foot into my first apartment. I was working overtime at Red Lobster, surviving on biscuits and soda. The hype of college and the parties and living a distant life didn't entice me. I wanted to work, earn, and be independent. And Montgomery just seemed like the ideal choice that made sense to me. But life at Montgomery wasn't without its challenges. Juggling multiple responsibilities meant that initially, my commitment to academics wasn't unwavering. This lack of focus led me to stumble, especially in my anatomy and physiology courses. Failing that course twice was a reality check, but it was also a turning point. From that setback, I surged forward, not just passing, but acing to the next level, and eventually becoming a supplemental instructor for that very subject that once seemed so hopeless. The journey to success wasn't straightforward. I had to sideline my dream temporarily, waiting for a semester to be admitted into the nursing program. The selection was stringent, and initially I didn't make the cut. But persistence paid off, and on my second attempt, I secured one of the last available spots. I believe at the time there were 60 students enrolled per semester into the nursing program, and I was number 60 on the list. That moment was a testament to the fruits of my perseverance and determination. In life, we fluctuate between execution and preparation. These phases, while distinct, are completely linked. There will be times, even after meticulous execution, we find ourselves back to the preparation phase. This pattern is not just restricted to academics, but applies universally, irrespective of our pursuits. Each phase is dependent upon the other. For years, I believed that Montgomery was my preparation phase. I was working, going to school, had my own spot, thought I had it going on. But as I wrote this speech, I realized that Montgomery was only preparing me for what God had in store for me. Some of the great life lessons I learned was from the diverse personalities here I encountered at Montgomery. Whether it was a strict instructor, a challenging classmate, or a compassionate mentor, they equipped me with invaluable life lessons. As a nurse, I navigate these countless personalities daily. To the director of nursing that gave me a hard time as a new nurse when I made the simplest mistakes, I'm able to tolerate similar matters today, thanks to the experience of my psych instructor. To the patient with dementia who keeps repeating the same sentence my entire 8-hour shift, I learned to handle it with patience, thanks to my nursing 101 instructor. And my ability to use swift clinical thinking skills while staying calm and organized. I would like to thank my med-surg instructor for being such a good role model. My time at Montgomery has helped mold my personality and maturity. It has taught me to maintain self-control and professionalism even in the most uncomfortable situations. Another pillar at Montgomery my journey at Montgomery was the KEYS program, which stands for Keystone Education Yield Success. As life often does, after failing anatomy and physiology twice, it threw me another curveball. In my third semester of nursing school, I became pregnant with my first child. Sorry. Pregnancy brought with its own set of challenges, from morning sickness to mental fog, and in the midst of it all, my path took a detour. Unfortunate life events forced me to be removed from the program that year, and my trials didn't end there. I faced another setback when I felt my final semester. But even in those trying times, the unwavering support at Montgomery never diminished. As a new mother, I needed support and a babysitter. That's when I was introduced to the KEYS program. It was the KEYS program that truly acted as my North Star. They guided me through the maze of child care applications, made sure I secured my spot by staying eligible by working, and provided me unyielding support every step of the way. They were more than just a program. They were an extended family. After a hectic journey, I finally secured my nursing degree, took up a job in Norristown, working 11 months post-graduation, and then I finally went and passed my NORS on my nursing boards on the first attempt. But I cannot reminisce about Monco and my journey without mentioning the tremendous impact of the counselors, especially Mr. Davis. I met Mr. Davis my first year at Monco, and he was there at the finish line waiting to shake my hand when I graduated. He was the embodiment of perseverance and resilience. He taught me a life lesson that I hold close to this day: never take no for an answer. There were moments drowning in despair when I believed my journey had reached its end. But each time, Mr. Davis stood by me, reminding me of my potential and showing me the path forward. His relentless belief in me and willingness to challenge the status quo saw me through some of my darkest days. In fact, it was under his guidance that I was granted another chance, another seat to finish what I had started. Today, I am proud to say that I've been a nurse for 10 years come April 2024. In 2018, 4 years after graduating Monco and 3 kids later, I achieved my bachelor's degree at Wellington University. And that's a different story for a different day because that came with its own trials and tribulations. But my journey at Monco really curated me into a successful nurse. And with my experience 3 years ago, I embarked my journey as a nurse entrepreneur and owner of Hero at Heart LLC, a medical staffing agency which was created in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. When I graduated nursing school, I thought that was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. And then COVID-19 came along, and I thought surviving the pandemic as a nurse was the hardest thing. Then I started my business, and that took the cake. So many times I wanted to give up, but I think about the struggles I had at Monco and how I got through them, and that lets me know there is a light at the end of the tunnel. 3 things I want you to know today. 1, there's only one person you need to believe in yourself, and that is you. 2, during your journey, you're going to hear a million no's, but keep going until somebody finally tells you yes. And 3, don't let your failures or mistakes hold you back. Failure is one of the greatest motivations for success. And in conclusion, Monco just isn't an institution, this is a community. A place where dreams are nurtured, challenges are met head on, and every setback is viewed as an opportunity for a stronger comeback. I owe a huge debt of gratitude to Monco for the lessons, both academic and life-altering, and for molding me into the professional I am today. To the students and future alumni, always remember, every individual you encounter here, from the KEYS program to mentors like Mr. Davis, they are all part of your journey, ensuring you rise each time you fall. Embrace every phase, every challenge, and every personality you encounter here, for they are the making of you. And remember, setbacks are just made for comebacks. Thank you.